And now we're gonna pick a light color and we're just gonna boom, beautiful. All right, what's up guys? In today's video, we're gonna try another TikTok art challenge. I found this challenge recently. It's a little bit different from what we've done before, but I think this should be really fun to do. So I'm gonna play this TikTok for you guys and you can see what we're getting ourselves into. You probably know what's happening now, right? This is a challenge where you draw a character head on and you divide the face into 4 equal squares. And the hard part is in each square, you gotta draw in a different style. You know, the thing with the art babies is everyone's always talking about how to find your art style. How do I find, And a great way to do that is to try out different styles for yourself and see what you're comfortable with. So this challenge is right up my alley. I've got my OC Kara here and I've divided this portrait into 4 equal squares where we're gonna do a different style in each square. Now I changed this up a little bit because ain't no way I'm doing pop art today. I'm just not feeling that. And I put a block where it's a me style. Sam does art style. I hope you guys like my style. So the boxes are gonna be my style, realism, anime, and Disney. And when I say Disney, I don't mean like Elsa. I mean like, you know, the classic, like Ariel, which most of you guys, that's probably before your generation. So I guess with the intro out of the way, let's jump right into this and I'll talk to you guys about all the different styles, the things to look out for. And if you're looking for your own style, you know, this is a great way to find it and I'll show you why. So I'm gonna start off with my own style, but by the end, I think you're gonna probably see a correlation between my style and the 3 other styles listed here. Get that nice bright hair color in there. Beautiful. In most of my work, there's a couple things that I like to do, which is simplify the shapes and exaggerate the colors. So I'm gonna take this skin color and I'm gonna add a shadow color. Let's go a little bit darker, a little bit warmer, and right there. Boom, shadow. Okay, now let's do a shadow on the hair. Let's do a little bit of rendering here, just a little bit of a darker color, not too much because we want to keep this really simple and we don't want to get bogged down with, you know, small, tiny details. Not saying that small things don't deserve love, but you know. Kara's eyes are blue, so we're gonna get a nice, vibrant blue color. Ooh, yes, that's good, that's good. I feel like this is a bit too vibrant. I might be getting carried away. Let's just tone that down a bit. Okay, that looks better. Get a nice dark color for the top lid. Beautiful. Let's get some shading on the iris. So after this, I like to go into the eyebrows. And I usually treat the eyebrows as 2 big shapes, you know, just no individual hairs because ain't nobody got time for that. Beautiful. Now let's go into the whites of the eyes. Again, simple rendering. And now we're gonna pick a light color and we're just gonna most of the time when I'm drawing, I like to keep it really loose and really fast. So that's why you're gonna see a lot of really messy looking lines and unfinished looking parts, but that's just the aesthetic that I like. All right, let's get an airbrush and let's darken the upper lid. I like to really put a lot of emphasis on the upper lid because I feel like it really captures the shape of the eye. Let's get some saturation between the light and the shadows. Beautiful. And then after this, we're gonna go on to the hair. In most of my drawings, I don't really put individual strands in the hair. They're really there as a bit of a finishing touch, and I treat the hair as one big shape, so this is really important. And then let's add a streak of highlight, kind of go back into it with a round brush. Maybe we can do a bit more sharp shadows across the hair. And now let's do some stylistic strands of hair just to show that the silhouette of the hair is actually broken up and it's not just one big clump. And you know what guys, I think this looks pretty good. So to finish this off, let's just add in some stylized brush strokes with some hatching. And that is Kara in my own style. Now for the hard part, we're gonna try realism, anime, and Disney styles. So for realism, what we're trying to do is we're trying to capture something as lifelike as possible. So the colors are gonna be a bit more muted like you see in everyday life. And notice how my shadows here are really vibrant, while in a realistic drawing, you generally want to be a little bit more gray. And we're actually going to be using this blending tool a lot to get that soft texture of the skin. All right, so look at that eye socket. It's starting to look really three-dimensional. Having a realistic style means you stay really grounded to what you actually see in real life. And a lot of times, the colors that you see in real life are not actually that vibrant. Now, this probably doesn't look too hard for me right now, and that is because I had a lot of time, you know, drawing and painting in realistic styles before I decided to actually try to stylize my work. I always think it's good to have a solid foundation in realism because then you know the rules before you actually break them. So very soft shading here, and you know, I usually don't like to work at this pace. It's honestly just a lot of detail, a lot of refinement, a lot of blending. Let's get that shadow on the side of the face, and normally I'd leave this as a hard edge, but for realistic styles, we're gonna have to blend it. Maybe a bit of a highlight on the forehead, just like that. Okay, now we're gonna go into the eye and we're gonna do even more detail. We're gonna add a bit of a highlight on the upper lid of the eye. We're gonna add a highlight on the bottom lid as well. I learned this right here from our friend Whoop. You guys know Whoop. He's pretty good. If you go in the mirror and look at yourself in the eye right now really closely, you're gonna see that there's a bit of a almost flower-like pattern that radiates out from the pupil of your eye, and it's very beautiful. All right, so that's pretty good. Now we're gonna take a light color and we're just going to get some highlights in there. And now for the hair, okay, let's give her some shading, some soft blended shading. So this is okay. This is not like fully realistic, because if you want to actually do that, you're gonna have to draw a lot of individual strands, and I really don't want to do that, guys. So there is our take on Kara in a realistic style. It's not full realism, but I think it gets close enough. All right, now we're gonna get on to the real fun part. We're gonna try anime and Disney styles. Now I've got a reference on the screen here so you guys can see what I'm trying to emulate. The skin tone is not gonna be super vibrant, because generally for normal skin tones in anime, it's not really like super out there, so we're gonna stick to something a little bit more believable. What you're gonna really notice with anime is there's a lot of cell shading, which means there's a dark tone and a light tone to convey the lighting in the scenario, and there's no blending or detailed rendering at all. It's very sharp, very shape-based, and there is a heavy reliance on line art. You can see there's a lot of these big sharp shapes, which we're gonna try to copy. So there we go, there's the two main colors for the skin and the hair. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick a slightly darker color and add some shadows onto the face of the character. And you can see these shadow shapes are all gonna be very simplified. A lot of times what you're gonna find is shadows are very muted. There's not a lot of saturation, so as to not take away from the clarity of the line art and the readability of the character. Let's give the hair some big triangular shapes. In the rendering that you're gonna see for anime, a lot of times, there's gonna be really strong geometric shapes. Even in our reference, you can see that the hair is comprised of a bunch of triangles and not necessarily lines or blended brushstrokes. I personally love the stylization and simplification of anime. If someone ever tries to tell you that anime isn't art, they probably don't know what they're talking about. Okay, now if we zoom in on the reference, you're gonna see that in anime, there's a heavy focus on line art. And I personally don't really like to do line art, but we're gonna give it a shot here. You guys see I'm not used to doing this, so I'm hitting the undo button a lot more than I would like. But honestly, guys, if you're the type of person who uses this kind of line art in your work, I respect you and applaud you for your patience. Really, the main goal of this line art is to provide as much clarity as possible, and I am doing a really bad job at this. Some sharp line art for the mouth. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's outline the outside silhouette. Oh my God, please. Okay, you know what? I think that looks really good. It's got a very defined and graphic style like you would find in anime characters. And I think if we were to continue this style for the rest of her face, she would be a pretty convincing looking anime character. So I guess we did it. All right. All right, so we got 3 down, 1 left to go, and the final one is going to be a Disney animation style. So immediately, one thing I've noticed is that Ariel's skin is much more of a warm tone, and there's a decent amount of saturation, more so than the realistic style. Now, you're also going to notice that there is absolutely 0 shading on Ariel, so it's going to be really simple. A lot of these older Disney animations relied very heavily on line art to define the way these characters look, which is obviously understandable, because if you're hand drawing all these animated frames, you don't want to slow yourself down too much by getting caught up on the rendering of the character. You can see I'm keeping the silhouette of the hair really round and organic, and that is because in our reference we have a lot of curved lines that really just flow into each other. It's pretty different from the anime style, which uses a lot more geometric shapes, and I think in my everyday drawing I also tend to use a lot more geometric shapes than these curved lines. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for me. Now, because there is no shading whatsoever, we can just get right into some of the small details, like her necklace, as well as the line art. There we go, and now for the most important part, the line art, which is gonna really define the shapes of your character. And I'm not really getting off to a very good start here. So I mean, throughout this process, you can probably tell that I don't do too much line art because I'm obviously not super comfortable with this. I'm actually doing a lot of scratchy lines, which I would like to avoid, obviously. This is, oh boy. I mean, it looks simple, but it's hard. Pretty hard. Okay, let's get the silhouette for her neck. Again, very soft and curved lines. If you look at her face, there's no shading whatsoever, so everything is conveyed through line art. And there's a bit of coloring on the lips, so we're gonna add this in as well. Get that line art at the opening of the mouth, just like that. And now let's zoom out a bit and let's go into the hair. So it's gonna be the same logic as before. You're gonna use your line art to define these shapes. And I'm doing a lot of scratchy lines because I'm not super comfortable with this. But you know what, as long as the final result turns out okay. There we go. Now let's add some curved lines to the hair just to give it a bit more definition. Now this is a very simple looking style, but it's definitely not easy to do. And there we go. There is our fourth and final quarter of this painting in a Disney style. If you're having trouble stylizing your character, I highly recommend you try out all these different styles that other artists have laid out before. I think for me personally, this challenge is a great way to try to spot all the differences between different art styles, the way other artists like to simplify, and all these minute differences in terms of line art and rendering. So I hope you guys enjoy this challenge. Go try it out for yourself. See if there's a style that you really gravitate towards. I thought this would be a pretty fitting topic for this video because this month on Patreon, we're doing actually a stylization tutorial. So since nobody else is feeding my village in this video, go check that out if you want to show some support and also learn something new along the way. So with that being said, I hope you're inspired to go out there and start drawing now. You better be drawing today. I'm watching you. Feel free to subscribe to my channel for more art related content, and with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next video. Guys, you have no idea how crazy of a morning I had. I don't know what I ate, but I woke up with some pretty bad food poisoning, so it's not fun. Let me just tell you, it's not fun. All you babies out there, you watch what you put into your mouth, okay? You don't want to end up like me. Oh, jeez. Oh boy, let me tell you about the poo